Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Casey at Hypersanity Books. Today I'll be reviewing Animal Eye, a Gamelit novel written by Cindy Koepp. Cindy Koepp. Now, with this particular book, it is a science fiction fantasy where gamers become animals. This particular story has a large audience range from young readers to middle grade and young adult fiction, and others who are like myself that are big kids. Now, I'm not familiar with virtual reality. I've never experienced virtual reality before. I actually don't know what virtual reality is. Now that I've taken a look at the comic, seeing certain pictures has helped me to understand the book that I have previously read. I won't be reviewing the comic in detail, mostly because I don't want to ruin the comic, and I believe there will be a lot more coming soon from this author. Otherwise, let's get into it. Reading this particular book, as I mentioned, I haven't experienced virtual reality, so I was a little bit lost in a certain aspect of the book. However, it was still easy to get into the book without experiencing virtual reality. I believe this book has a large potential audience, considered you look at how YouTube blows up with Minecraft, you look at the amount of gaming channels there are, different content. I think with this particular story, what I think was fascinating with this book in its own way, it's very, very rarely can a book take you away to many places that are good. I felt there were times where it took me to my times playing Dungeons and Dragons in my early adult years, in my mid-20s, even in my 30s, not quite playing D&D anymore. You need friends for that. Then it took me to other experiences of certain games that I played. I liked the book series Animorphs when I was younger, and there was a certain aspect with this book that felt good with that. There was also the leveling system within the book that allowed it to be relatable to not advancing too fast, but enough to keep a pace on where the character is developing. Mostly you follow the perspective of the Hook. Now, also being said, it goes between different characters, and that was also relatable. It had some enjoyable moments where it comes into another particular fight where crocodiles are coming out of the water, or alligators. Now, in that particular scene, it took me to playing Final Fantasy 15, which I quite enjoyed. In this particular scene, there's the yelling of the other NPC characters, which are humans. Now, that was another aspect I enjoyed. They play the game getting into the virtual reality as the pets to humans, and it's complaining about the humans shooting between. Then there were other relatable aspects to the book with other aspects of gaming where it's relatable to someone trying to message you and inbox you. Now, nothing is getting into anything more than a PG rating. Now, for all argument's sake, it's nothing explicit within this book, which allows it for a younger reading audience, and a middle grade audience is quite enjoyable for this book. I think it also has a lot of potential for young adult and even adult fiction for other adults to join in and read. Cindy Koepp is originally from Michigan, combined a love of pedology and ecology into a 14-year career at an elementary school science specialist. After teaching, took a different career into obtaining her master's in adult learning with specialization in performance improvement. When Cindy isn't reading and writing, she has a hobby into collecting hats, does a bit of quilting, crafting. I believe she has a very creative mind, and seeing some of her different hobbies and interests, I can see how it works well with her storytelling. I quite liked Animal Eye. It was creative, and one thing I noticed with a lot of little subplots and details, it takes you somewhere else. With the comic, it does the same thing, and I think the comic is quite unique. It has a following. Now, I think with Gamelit novel that she's just done, She is looking at doing 2 more at this stage to create it as a trilogy. Now, she has also worked on, 1 comic is out now, and I think there's more to come. This has a lot more potential. I also mentioned in the other video about reading her book on particular writing. Now, she sent me a couple other links to other books, not that she just published, but other books that someone else has published, which has given me more reading material to review and look through. She has a lot of knowledge, she has a lot of experience, so if you are looking to writing for different targeted audience, I'd say give her work a go. With this book, I rate it 5 out of 5. The main strongest point with this entire story, many times, it took me somewhere to a happy time. And also a happy time gaming with my brother, gaming with friends, gaming with another group for D&D and another group for D&D, and other times of life where I did a lot of gaming. Probably needed to get a life. Otherwise, that's just different things that we do because you need to enjoy your life. And I would say with this particular author, I would enjoy playing D&D with her. I think she's a very creative person. I love how this book took me to many good, happy moments in life with a lot of good people. The most recent up-to-date game that I've played is Final Fantasy 15 and Resident Evil 7. I haven't played 8 yet, maybe I'll give it a go soon. Otherwise, I haven't played too many video games. Not enough time, and sometimes life just has to keep moving. With this particular book, I do rate it in a good way because I just enjoyed it. And I am looking forward to reading the comics, seeing what else she's going to release. Also with this other book, I will leave the link down below. I would give this book a read. I'm not going to review it on this channel, just at this stage. I will say if you are looking to writing a book, I would look at some of her work because she has a lot of experience, and I think this book is well outlaid to help you find resources in your writing. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Thanks again.